here to stay with me from Arizona, and you got to give up your room for mama. Everybody knows that, so I won't take your time. But if you see people walking by, please excuse them. So we want to go ahead and get started. I have something that I'm really excited to share with you this evening. Basically, I want to share with you the value of wealth building, the strategy behind wealth building, and how it can transform your financial outlook for the future. So let's go ahead and get started. So you should have a sheet called the Strategy Session Guide. This particular guide looks somewhat like this. Strategy Session Guide. We're going to go over this. Basically, on this guide, at the very top, you have two objectives. Two objectives meaning that we should all have something to look forward to financially. And the concept is really simple, but most of us don't have any objectives at all. So I always say that if you lack having goals, then you'll succeed in staying where you are every single time, right? Absolutely. So here are the two answer objectives that we have. Let's go ahead and move to our sheet. So number one, objective number one is we want to make sure that we continue our current lifestyle, right? Current lifestyle is usually paid for by labor. I'm not sure about you, but I'm still in the prime of my working ages, and I don't see myself moving from A too soon. So our first objective is being paid for by our labor. So we're going to write in A, we're going to write labor. So this is how your sheet should look so far. You should have objectives for number two, for your two objectives, and then you should have labor for A. All right. So now we have labor. We work for a living. Absolutely. Number B is pretty much our future lifestyle. How are we going to make that happen? Well, most of us would think that we'll continue to work until the day we die. Well, actually, we could change that. Our future lifestyle should be paid for by way of investments. Now, let's understand what these objectives mean to you. In the future, you will have to choose one day. What are you going to do in the future when you can't work anymore? We have A down pat. We can always go out and get a job and make a living. But what happens when maybe by your employer's choice or even the choice of your own, you're not a part of the working class. You're not a part of corporate America anymore. One day you may not even want to work. One day you may not even be able to work. So my question to you is, how will you be able to maintain your current lifestyle during your retirement years? So let's take a look at that. First of all, let's make sure we have in future lifestyle, we write down our investments. So far, we have labor and investments that we're working towards, right? Labor and investments. Awesome. So how are we going to proceed with that? Here's the reality. I'm not sure about you all, but before I came into this movement, I really never thought about retirement. I knew that eventually I was going to get to that point, but actually looking at it, I never consider it because me, hey, I'm still young. I'm still in the prime of my life. I got plenty of time left. Absolutely the greatest misconception ever. Most of us never think about retirement until we reach retirement age. And then once we reach retirement, we also need to make another choice. How are we going to retire? Are we going to be looking forward to retirement as far as, fully retiring, not working for somebody altogether? Or are we going to end up having to get a part-time job to make ends meet? How are we going to still maintain that lifestyle we lead now once we are no longer working? So my question to you is as well, if you by chance are struggling while you're working 40 hours a week, living paycheck to paycheck, What makes you think that things are going to get any better once you retire? So that's our next thing. So let's take a look at our sheet again. We have under future lifestyle, which is our investments, we have government and corporate America with some blanks there. So we're going to fill that in with Social Security under government. And then we're going to fill in pensions under corporate America. So this is what our sheet should look like so far. Social Security and pensions. And as you can see on our sheet, we do have that they no longer work. I'll explain why. As far as Social Security is concerned, how many of us have heard, I'll be able to pay for that on the 1st. I'll be able to pay for that on the 3rd or on the 15th or whatsoever. Or I'm not going to be able to pay for that because I'm on a fixed income. Well, and as well, we've always heard, I don't know about you all, but the age for retirement has totally increased. Now I won't be able to retire until I'm 70. Used to be 65. My mom is 66. I'll be 70. So we clearly know that Social Security may not be there for us in the end. Pensions. My great-grandfather and my grandfather worked from the time they were in their 20s on to retirement at one company, just one. So back in the day, during the, the beginning or the rising of corporate America, during the industrial ages, you got a job when you were out of high school or in your 20s or what so have you. You worked for 40, 50 years for a company, you retired, and you had this wonderful pension. So then you had the cushion of the government, which is Social Security, and also pensions. How many of you all have been on your job for 15 years? Even 5 at this moment. How many of us in today's society actually keep a job and can say, I've been there and I retired after 40 years or so? So when we think about pensions, they barely exist, right? And as I said, Social Security may not even be around when it's your turn to retire. So we can't depend on the government and corporate America anymore to take care of us. That's why we focus on our economy or my economy versus the economy. So now, the only thing about those two objectives is that there are challenges. As a matter of fact, there are 4 challenges. So now, on our sheet, we're going to write next to 4 challenges. And I'll show you now. So right next to 4, we're going to write challenges, okay? There are 4, A, B, C, and D. The first challenge, let's take a look at that one. 4 challenges that keep us from hitting our 2 financial objectives. The first one is inflation. And I will say this, if you know basically what the challenges are, then you'll know how to attack them. Then you'll be able to create a strategy to overcome them, right? It's when you don't know why you're struggling that allows capitalists to keep capitalizing off of your lack of knowledge. Now, nothing wrong with capitalism. Our goal is just to make sure you're on the right side. That's most important. So when we take a look at number 1, we're talking about inflation. Inflation. So we have inflation for A. That's our number 1 challenge. It's considered the silent income killer. And why? It's because basically it robs you of your income, but just by a little bit every day. And then, for example, how many of you all have gone to the grocery store and in a day, like 10, maybe 15 years ago, you could go to the grocery store with $100 and you could buy a basket full of groceries, right? I mean, you can have everything. How much will $100 get you today? I think maybe a third of that basket. I would say maybe a little bit more, maybe half. I would give it half. It just depends on what you buy as well. But for the most part, we clearly know that the value of our dollar is steadily decreasing while our cost of living is increasing. So inflation is our number one silent killer. Number two are taxes. So B, we're going to write next to B, we're going to write taxes. So taxes, and next to that, we write takes the first third. So taxes will take that first third of your income. Basically, everybody's in that pot. If you've ever worked, if you've ever applied for a job and you actually got that job, you're now a part of the tax wheel. So taxes simply means take a third of my money off top before I see a penny of it. Then you give me what's left over in what we call a form of a paycheck, right? That's because most people get paid in the form of a W-2. So the majority of us have jobs. We're all screaming the same thing. Send me my money at the end of the year in the form of a tax refund. Now, we all work for the government, right? In that case. If we're paying the government a third of our money, basically we work for the government a third of our year. So from January to April, we're working for the government. From May on through December, we're working for ourselves. And I always say, you know what? Be thankful for your job. Just don't be content with that. Just don't be content with only having just your job. So now I'm going to let Molisha continue on with our next two challenges and let her finish this out. It was a pleasure speaking with you all, and I hope I have given you all the information you need in the beginning. Thank you.
Awesome job, Candace. Thank you so much for going over the objectives and those first two challenges that we face. Now I'm going to talk about the third challenge that we face, and that's debt. Okay. Now, so you will put that next to C. Put debt next to C. And debt actually takes the second 1/3 of your income. Okay. And, you know, we really get into debt because we're trying to replace the money that we've lost from, you know, paying taxes. So, you know, that it may come in the form of payday loans, credit cards. A lot of us misuse credit cards. They're really there to establish credit and not really there for us to use it as a replacement of our income. Okay, so that is the third challenge. I'm going to go straight to the fourth challenge, which is big business. Now, big business, guys, this takes the final 1/3 of your income. And if you don't know what I mean by big business, I'll explain it to you. Okay. Every month, there is something going on in this lovely country of ours that, you know, we are drawn to be a part of. So January, what do you have? That's New Year's. You want to celebrate the new year, and you make your resolutions and you're partying, and you know that's going to take your funds. And then you have February, Valentine's Day. You know, God forbid you forget to get your sweetie something for Valentine's Day. You know, you're going to be in the doghouse. So, you know, that's a big, you know, a stressor and pull on you. So, you know, be a part of that. March comes around. Of course, you have Easter. Okay. April comes around. Well, Easter can be either in March or April. But you know, you're getting ready for prom season. You know, that's about to go down pretty soon. Okay. You have May come around. We're in May now. So what's right around the corner for us? That's Memorial Day. Okay, you have June, I skipped Mother's Day. I don't know how I missed that. I didn't participate, this year because, we're trying to get our finances together. So, you have June coming up, which is Father's Day. July, we have 4th of July. The kids want fireworks. People want to, dress in the red, white, and blues, so you have that. Then you get August, time for kids to go back to school. You got to get those school clothes together. September comes, a lot of the sporting events, the sports the kids are a part of. I think you have to get prepared for that. You're going to be doing a lot of that with your kids if you have children. Then you have October, which is Halloween. That you're going to get costumes, you're going to get the candy to pass out to the kids. Then you have November. What's in November? Thanksgiving. Okay. And a lot of times, you're going to start those layaways for Christmas. You're going to have Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. Now they have Cyber Monday and, just go crazy Tuesday. So you back to December. So for all the gifts you didn't get to get, your little last minute gifts, you're going to get that as well, So it's just an endless cycle, with big business. Someone is going to make that coin and, you're going to make that coin for them. So like I said, big business takes the vital 1/3 of your income. Now, all of that may seem grim, those challenges, but that's the awesome thing about my Econ and Extra Digit movement. We have 3 solutions that we like to focus on for, people that, want to get in control of their finances. So here, I want to introduce you to the 369 of our, the 369 portion of the presentation, where we like to focus on, in the first 3 months, we like to focus on increasing your cash flow. And I want to share my screen here for those of you guys that are on, actually on the web here. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 moment. Okay, guys, here we go. So, for the what we like to focus on the first 3 months that you actually partake in the program is cash flow management. Okay. Now, a lot of people don't have a problem with cash coming into the household. What they do have a problem with is where it's flowing. Okay. Is it flowing away or is it flowing to you? Okay. So a person that is employed and has a W-2, they are usually taxed anywhere between 28% and 33%. Okay, and that's coming out of your paycheck before you get to get to see it at all. Okay, so in that type of situation where you're working a 9 to 5, you work first, you're taxed second, and you spend last. Okay, so that's just crazy. You work so hard for your money, and you're the last person that gets to spend that. So the 3 things that we work on for that situation, or in the first 3 months, is would be to minimize your taxes. So how we do that is we actually help you to provide you information, education on how to adjust your W-4. Okay, because there is a way that you can minimize your taxes by adjusting your W-4. Now, with this, a lot of times, like when you started your first job, you may remember them telling you, or the human resources telling you, like they couldn't help you with filling out their W-4. You would just add it alone. And the IRS says that you're supposed to revisit that form every year. A lot of people don't do that. You have people that have been on their jobs 5, 10, 15 years, and they have not revisited that form to update it. Okay, and anytime that something changes, the dynamics change for your family, you have children, you get married, you need to be revisiting that form and making sure that you are being able to minimize your taxes. Now, the second thing that we do is we focus on minimizing debt. So by adjusting that W-4, that's going to bring more income back into your household, back into your check. People usually see anywhere between $200 to $500 or $600 back into their paychecks every month. So with that inflow of money, what we teach you to do is pay down your debt more effectively. Okay, you may be paying on something maybe $100 a month. Great. That bill that you're paying on $100 a month, and you take the extra money that's coming in, you add it with what you're already paying, and you're going to be hitting at that principal and not so much of the interest. Okay, so that's the second thing that we focus on. The third is minimizing expenses. Now, this is very important. This is where we're really being mindful and shifting your mindset really comes into play, because a lot of things that we buy, do we have to have that every day? Do we have to go to Starbucks every morning? Do we have to, for people to smoke, you have to smoke a pack a day? Or you just want to find areas where you can cut your expenses, maybe taking your lunch to work. Some people may stay close enough to where they can walk to work. It's just different ways that you can find to minimize your expenses is going to help you greatly with bringing that cash flow back into your household. Now, the second portion that we focus on within that 6 months is business income. Okay, and business income is when you have a 1099, like you have a home-based business. You're gonna couple that business with your W-2. That's what's gonna help to minimize your taxes. Now, when you have a business income, which is 1099, you're taxed way less than when you just have a 9 to 5. You're actually taxed anywhere from 18 to 23%. And having that business income, your business is going to work for you first. Okay, your business spends second, meaning you're spending things to grow your business, whatever that may be, and then your business is taxed last. So that is just that's an awesome thing, because you in a traditional sense, you're working, you're taxed, and you spend. Well, in this sense, you work, your business gets expense, and then you pay your taxes later. Okay. Now, what we offer to partnership with my econ, to partnership with us is $149, but right now it's only $99 and $35 a month. Okay, now the $99 covers you coming into having the business coupled with you currently working. The $35 is for to maintain that business every month. You are provided with software and things of that nature to going to actually help you keep track of all your expenses, and to actually help you to keep track with writing off your lifestyle. So that's the second thing that we're going to cover, is being able to write off your lifestyle. When you have a home-based business, it provides you the advantage of, writing off a lifestyle, things that you're already spending money on, your rent, utilities, your phone bill. You're going to be able to write off your mileage, just all these things that you already spend money on. You are going to be able to actually write that off. Okay. Now, the awesome part about joining us in a partnership is that you can earn $500 just for helping 7 people apply these same strategies that you're going to be applying to your life. Okay. So I want to talk about the third thing that we help people with within 9 months is what we call investment income. Okay. Now, something about investment income, we use this to create wealth. Okay. Now, usually you earn, because this system is cash, SA cash. And now usually you earn your cash on your job, you buy trash, and you make someone else cash. Now, in this situation, we want you to be able to make your money work for you. If you give me one moment here, I'm going to actually stop our share here so that I can speak to you directly. Now, with the investment income, you are actually taxed less than 15%. Okay, guys, that's an awesome thing about becoming an investor. And being in these different tax brackets, you're going to see that you're going to be taxed a lot less. And with investment income, your money works first. You reinvest your money, and your money just makes more money. That it just makes sense to become that investor. But the great thing about this is that money, it does not take a break. Okay, money doesn't get an attitude. It doesn't call in. It doesn't get sick. All money does is make more money for you. And all of this is called investment income. Now, the first part of the investment income is capital gains. Now, capital gains is also known as appreciation. Okay, so what we, the thing that we must do is put our money in things that actually appreciate and don't depreciate. Dividends. Dividends are things that, anytime that a company that you have a part ownership in increases in value and you have ownership or stake in that company, dividend checks are paid out to you. These are the type of things that we teach you as far as investing that are going to be very important in making your money work for you. Okay, and last but not least, the biggest thing that you can invest in, guys, and the most important thing is the investment that you make in yourself. Okay, reality is this: when's the last time that you actually invested in yourself, guys? We wonder why we keep getting the results that we have. Your money is going to make someone rich. Now, who's it going to be? Is it going to be you, or is it going to be big business? You just have to think about, like, when's the last time that you heard something new and actually applied it? We hear new things all the time. But, in this case, we really have to shift our mindset in order to shift our income. Now, those are the 3 things that we focus on. With our organization to help people have personal financial success, in life. And like I said earlier, I have my awesome coach and mentor on the line, and I would ask him if he could say a few words and take this home for us. He's doing so many amazing things across the country. He's helping families. He applies these strategies in his life, and I just want to introduce him and see if he'll bring it home for us. Cortez, let me see if I can.
Mic check. Can you hear me okay, Mo?
Thank you so much.
Awesome. You guys did a wonderful job. And I was just speaking in. I didn't expect you to call me out, but that's quite all right. Because I get fired up about sharing this information with people. If you understand anything about what Molisha and Kansas just explained to you, is a practical, proven way for you to create 5 streams of income from the one stream that you have, right? You may have missed it if you weren't paying close attention and taking notes, But basically, if you are in that 8 out of 10 people who can make a proper adjustment to the W-4 form and bring on average $200 to $400 back in your household each and every month, that's one stream of income. Excuse me. We teach you how to take that money that you get back from Uncle Sam and then apply it towards your debt. Every time you pay a debt off that you're spending money on a monthly basis to service, that's like giving yourself a pay raise, or in other words, another stream of income. And then we talked about the importance of minimizing your expenses. I was in a situation, guys, where I was subscribing to things that not only did I not need those things, I didn't even use those things. So that's $60, $75 a month that was getting away from me every month, and I wasn't even thinking about it. In fact, I still got $10 a month getting away from me from Spotify because I can't figure out how to cancel the doggone crap. But when you start building wealth, you start making sure that each and every dollar is accounted for. And when you can minimize your expenses, that's more money that can come back into your household that you can build wealth with. The fourth stream of income that we talked about is business income. Guys, if you like what you hear and you know that other people need to hear it as well, and they may not seem like it on the surface, but statistics show that 3 out of 4 people are living paycheck to paycheck. They want answers. They're looking for answers, but we're in a society that socially engineers us to all put on this everything's okay face. But when we go home at night, we're trolling the internet. We're trolling the classified ads. We're trying to find other ways to make do. So you can share this information and earn unlimited $25, $50, $500, and even $1,000 bonuses. And we teach you how to do that. So that's a fourth stream of income. And then guess what? After we help you get your money back from Uncle Sam, after we help you apply it towards your debt, get your money back from the banks, after you start to understand the power of the money that's getting away from you going to big business, you bring that back into your household, you start generating business income, and then you take all of those income streams and you start learning how investments work and get your money working for you. And then that will bring back a fifth stream of income known as investment income. So guys, if you are serious about making a change in your finances, you're probably 1 or 3 people at this point. You're either a number 3, a number 2, or a number 1. A number 3 says, you know what? You guys made some great points, but I'm totally not interested. Don't want to partner with you guys. Don't want to hear anything that you have to say. And that's cool. We get a kick out of just sharing this information with you. So whether you partner with us or not, I believe if you apply some of the information that you heard tonight, you'll be better off from listening to us and not partnering with us than not jumping on the call at all. So if you're number 3, we ask that you at least get back with the person who invited you and just tell them thanks, because believe it or not, they were looking out for your best interest. Then you may be a number 2. And number 2 says, you know what? I like these strategies. I just want to apply them in my own life. I'm not concerned with sharing them with other people and earning commissions. I just want to get my own money right. And there is nothing at all wrong with that. Get back with the person who invited you out. Let them know that you're a number 2. They will make sure that you get all the information that you need. If you have questions, they'll get your questions answered, and then they'll tell you what you need to do from a next step perspective to get yourself started. And then you may be like me, number 1. A number 1 says, yes, I am in foreclosure. I'm overcoming a bankruptcy. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I'm caught in payday lending cycles. I'm paying late fees on everything that I pay because all my bills are late. And I need to not only fix my own personal cash flow, but I also wouldn't mind learning how I could share this with others and earn some of those unlimited commissions. If you're a number 1, just get back with the person who invited you and say, hey, I'm a number 1. I want to do both. I want you to make sure, I want the income strategies and the education for myself. And I also want that to be able to share this information with others. So get back with the person who shared this information with you guys. And we'd be so happy and glad to welcome you to the team, because as you can hear in my voice, I get excited every time I start talking about this stuff, because it literally changed my life, guys. I was the guy who was so jacked up in my personal finances. I was barely meeting that first objective. And here's where I was with the second objective. At 41 years old, had practically nothing in a 401k or any sort of savings vehicle, because I just wasn't aware of what I needed to be doing with my money. And those 4 challenges were eating me up. So this system helped me. The Young Wealth Builders team helped me. I'm so glad the young lady who was building and introduced it to me got me going. And we want to do the same for you. Don't be ashamed if those 4 challenges are beating you up, because they beat most people up. The problem is we just put on this facade like everything is okay. Well, at some point, you have to get to a place where you're not letting your pride get in the way, and you raise your hand and you ask for the help that you need. And we're going to be here to give it to you guys in every phase of the business, from investment income to building strategies, to using the tools to help you execute the game plan to get you on track financially. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Mo. I believe she's going to get into some questions and answers, or maybe some testimonials. I'm not sure. So Mo, back to you. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Cortez. I really appreciate you being on the call and just sharing the information with everyone. So anyone that's on the call currently, let's see. Hold on one second, guys. So yeah, I'll just give a quick testimonial about my situation. I have been bedridden for, I want to say, a year ago for about 2 years, and this was during a time where they were trying to decide whether or not they were going to cut Social Security checks, and so I'm laying there, I'm just like, if they don't sign this bill, like, I'm really in trouble, you know. My daughter has autism, so she's growing every day. She needs, you know, she has special needs that she needs, and you know, I said, you know what, you have to do better. You got to push harder. You got to fight. You know, I don't know if you guys heard a song that was on when we first started Survivor. I'm truly that, and you know, I made a decision right then and there to do whatever I could to you know, change our dynamics. I actually got into something else before I saw my econ that, you know, was put me on the path of being a business owner, you know, being in the financial services industry and being able to help people, you know, see, you know, what they needed, you know, some of the things that they can do to improve their situation. So when this came along, it just came along at a perfect time. You know, this is a movement for us. We are so excited to share this information with everyone, and to be able to get paid to help people, and you're helping yourself at the same time. You know, it's just awesome. The software that we have and all the things that we offer with partnership with, you know, joining us with partnership, just being able to see what's coming in, going out, keeping track of your expenses, and everything you can do from your phone. Every time that I spend anything, I'm taking my phone out, taking a picture, logging in, and it's made such a big difference to just, you know, see like where my money has been going. You not only get that, you get free tax service advice, you get legal discount legal services, you have ID protector, ID defender like LifeLock, a system like that. A cashback mall. You have your own cashback mall where for people that love to shop online, you actually get a percentage back. So, you know, it's an awesome program, and I won't take up too much more of your time. We want to be a respecter of that. So, guys, if you have any questions, I'm going to unmute, and we'll see how we can answer that for you. Hold on one second. All right, if anyone out there that has a question, we'll do a quick Q&A. Okay, guys. If anyone has any questions, don't want to say it out. If you want, And all right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We'll leave you to your Friday evening. Thank you for joining the call, and we'll see you next Friday. We're here next Friday, 8 p.m. guys. So don't fail to tune in. You can find us on Facebook. Mo Knows Money, the Health Mentor. So good evening, and thank you so much for joining us.
Night, guys.
Good night.